the most important thing to know about Frontline to get quickly general. Listen carefully, I'm gonna tell you it right now. Don't YOLO the guns. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you all later. Obviously I can't really stop you with that. Like, you probably are like, but Raging, why shouldn't I YOLO the guns? The guns are the main objective of the, well, of the game mode. If you destroy the guns, you win as an attacker. That's awesome, right? Well, let's put it that way. Even though they are the main objective, they don't really give a lot of points towards your rank. And let's be honest, getting points for your rank is basically the thing you want to have, right? You want to be able to get your major, your general, if possible, every single game. Obviously, this is not possible in an RNG-based team game with 30 versus 30 players. Is it 30 versus 30 or 60 versus 60? Anyway, with a lot of players. So, in today's video, I would really like to talk about, well, how to properly fight the game, or rather why exactly it's not a good idea to YOLO the guns. First things first, it's kind of a little bit of a dick move, because in the end you are denying other players to get a higher rank. In the end, the longer the games go, the better in general. That's the basic thing. The next thing is, you actually don't really get that much amount of points. I'm going to show you a tiny clip I played with my ELC Even 90. And it's pretty darn interesting. As you can see, we loaded an HE clip, and please focus our rank up. We did almost 800 damage to the gun and we got barely anything done. And that is a little bit frustrating, isn't it? So, do we have even a better example of this? Yes, we do, and for that a huge and gigantic thanks and shout out to the Awesome Epic guys for letting me use one of their clips they used in Another Day in World of Tanks episode 56, if I'm not mistaken. In this in this clip, the cheekiest of Scrub Lords, aka Edvin, YOLO'd the guns, and in his EBR, he did pretty good. He destroyed it by himself. So let's just have a look at how much damage he did. And while he's driving there, we can, again, I have to say it's amazing and incredible that I'm allowed to use one of those clips. And once again, they do amazing stuff, and the amount of editing which goes into such a video just is bonkers. Like, genuinely bonkers. Well, you can see now he is going to, well, destroy this gun, basically. He's loading even HE, shooting at the vent points, and that's awesome. And you can see in the upper left corner, he actually didn't really got that much of a change, right? He didn't really gained a lot of, well, rank points. He basically got half a rank up from in his lieutenant rank. That is pretty darn meh. Now let's just show you now that I can do the same thing with not YOLOing the guns and just playing the other objective, which is called capping. So here in this clip, I will play once again my ELC Even 90, and we have now 50 cap points. Please note, however, I am using Engineer. It's one of the most important things in my opinion, and you can see now we got around 52 cap points and probably around 40% of our rank up for just staying in a cap. That's pretty darn good, right? Well, my friends and followers, I got another one right here. Here, another one where we have around 50 cap points, if I'm not mistaken. It was a pretty darn close call. You can see we are also lieutenant at this point in time. And this was a pretty close one. Now it is over, and well, there we go. Another, well, probably 50% in our rank up. The more cap points you get, the better, guys. Like, seriously, cap points save ranks. I'm not making this up. And even spotting damage and normal damage gives you a decent chunk of points. Let's just have another look at a clip I did in my ELC Even 90. Now we are privateer and we do one shot into the Rheinmetall, another one, we get some spot damage on another guy, and we got a decent chunk of rank up, right? We got around, if I'm not mistaken, probably around 40% once again on our rank. That is great. That is very, very cool. And lastly, if you really well have a well-timed capture basically, and you get around maybe 10 or 20 even cap points, 120 cap points, you can make 2 rank ups in one. You are almost done with your sergeant rank up. Well, here is your captain, as you can see in this little clip right there. It is one of the easiest ways to rank up. And again, I highly recommend to don't YOLO the guns, because again, you don't get a lot out of it. You don't really get any rank points. And as long as wargaming is not going to change this, or rather making damage to the guns a little bit more, how should I say, well, better or more lucrative, there we go, search the word, there's simply no point in YOLOing those guns. And you just basically destroy the fun for your friends and your teammates and for the enemies, because when a game is just taking 12 minutes, nobody got a general rank and, well, maybe even have a wasted booster, who knows. It's sometimes really annoying. And again, in another video about the new personal reserves, I talked about this, how I would personally change it, so you can watch this thing right there. Now maybe you have one more question about, well, what to do when you're defender. Well, what happens when the people are YOLOing the guns and I can do jack poop about it? Well, quite frankly, I have to say, yeah, this is bad. Like, again, the people didn't watch my video, so tell them to watch my video when they're YOLOing the guns. Hashtag self-promotion. No, the more important thing is that you should 100% focus on decapping. I have here in one game, I have 2 clips, one of which being in the defender, which, well, it didn't really do that much, well, decap points. So we kind of screwed up. We tried to YOLO it in, but we died, and, well, that's no bueno. The bueno part, however, was when, well, we were able to go to the A capture in our EBR. Again, please note I'm using Engineer at 0.5. Again, I forgot if it's Engineer or Pioneer. Well, the little one, you know, you see it in the lower corner. And there, you can see I is starting to shoot at different people. Like, I shoot once Prosciutto, for example, sometimes the Knaben, to just space out the amount of blocking I can do. When you have Engineer fully upgraded to level 5, you get 15 seconds of blocking with just damage. If you're staying in a capture, you're constantly going to block this capture. And I talked about this in my map guide or my base guides. You can rack up tons of points when it comes to this. So again, if you are a defender, I highly recommend to try to let the attackers get into the capture and farm some juicy decap points. Again, the decap points are absolute worth your time. You get an incredible amount of it. And it made for me most games very easy to win. Or not, excuse me, not to win, but to, well, get general. Now you might ask yourself, well, Raging, if I'm winning, I'm getting more credits and more experience. I have to say, you are partially correct. You apparently get more base experience, that is true. But I asked one of the community managers and he told me apparently there is no bonus in the credit income when you are, well, when you're winning. So you only get more base experience when you're winning. So again, the longer the games go, usually the more damage you can do, which translates into more experience earned, right? So this is again why I beg to you guys, don't YOLO the guns. And as a defender team, if you see that you are screwing over the enemy, please try to use your head and maybe back off of a capture. Like, if you, for example, you're just capped, then you see like in 2 minutes the game is over, or like in 1 minute even, and the enemy tries to capture A. They didn't capture any base yet. Try to use your brain and say, you know what, let's, even if you, especially when you're playing Platoon, just back off and let them capture it, so you have more time to farm decap points and do damage. This is basically how I personally play Frontline. I try to, basically, most of the time I'm trying playing like an egoistic prick. I'm always playing for myself. But when I see that there's the opportunity to make the game longer, I always go for it, because I know that the longer games go, the more credits I make, the higher the chances are most people get general. I personally get general, and this is the best possible outcome. So again, my personal advice for you guys is please focus on getting your general in, not YOLOing the guns. My name is RagingRaptor. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, let me know in the comment section below. Give me a like if you liked the video, or dislike if you didn't like the video. Please don't hate on me on my bad key mapping. It's the first time I'm using it like this and not just letting OBS doing all the hard work. Again, and a gigantic thanks and shout out to the awesome Epic guys for letting me use one of their clips. Again, go watch them. They're doing incredible funny videos. And that's about it. Bye bye.